after 7 years as a personal trainer, here's why most men will never get lean again in their entire life. Last time you were lean is probably high school, middle school, sometime when you were a kid. So what does lean actually look like though? Because this can mean different things for different people. Lean as in, okay, the 400-pound person looks at the 300-pound person and thinks, dang, that person's a lot leaner than me. The guy who's 15% body fat looks at the guy who's 10% body fat at the beach saying, wow, that guy's pretty lean. And then you have professional bodybuilders literally just comparing themselves at, sometimes as low as 2-3% body fat while on stage thinking, wow, he's really lean right now. So everyone's definition of lean is going to be slightly different. But lean to you typically means less body fat than you have right now. And most men are never even going to achieve this in the first place. And it all starts with the discipline side of things. Everybody nowadays just needs constant dopamine hits, constant gratification in some way, shape, or form, where it's like, oh, I'm just going to doom scroll for the next 6 hours of my day. Or, I'm going to be watching stuff on the internet with a bunch of chicks on it that I shouldn't be watching. That's actually literally destroying my brain. Or even just literally not doing stuff that is productive whatsoever. Like you'll go to your job, you'll come home, and then all of a sudden it's like, okay, well, I have the rest of my night. I'm just going to screw around and really do nothing productive with my life. There's no discipline. There's no structure. There's no consistency even when that structure feels like it's in place. And that's part of the problem is most people, especially now, just don't have the sheer willpower, the discipline. Everybody wants to look good. Everybody wants to feel good. Anybody who says like, oh yeah, no, I wouldn't want to be like Chris Hemsworth or Chris Evans, like these guys who are, 6'2", 6'3", like 10% body fat, look amazing, extremely good looking. Like anybody who says like, nah, I don't want to do all that. That's too much. It's like, really, dude? If you couldn't just take your version of you and become that, you wouldn't want to do that? Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. It's like the guy saying like, oh no, I want to lean out, but I just don't want to get like too shredded. Or I want to build muscle, I just don't want to get like too big. Shut the fudge up, dude. Shut up. Literally, anybody who says that doesn't realize how much work it actually takes in the first place. Much less do they have the discipline to actually get there anyways. There's always going to be a goalpost shift regardless. Whether that is like, oh, wow, I'm just making my way into the gym. This is good. I'm enjoying this. I'm overcoming that anxiety to actually make it to the gym. Then, 10 years down the road, oh my gosh, why can't I bench 315? What's wrong with me? You see it all the time. As a coach with my clients, I see it all the time. I literally am witnessing their goalposts shifting as time goes on. Some of them, literally, okay, oh man, once I get beneath 200, I'll be happy. Once I get beneath 200 pounds, I'll be happy. Once I bench press 225, like, dude, I'm good. Like, I've made it. Really? You think so? Because even though those are phenomenal feats and that is still progress, mentally, as humans, we want to keep on progressing. We want to keep going further. We want more. We always want more. Why do you think these billionaires are like depressed? They're like, oh, well, X, Y, and Z, and this never fulfilled me and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, it's a combination of things where it's like, yeah, that number in the bank account doesn't always matter, especially once you get to multiple billions of dollars. Like, oh, I should have spent more time with my family. Oh my gosh, I thank goodness I can, bench 225 now. Well, I guess 315 isn't that far away. And yeah, it is far away, just so you know. So a lot of people think that stuff is easier than it is. They'll see you eating a certain way. They'll always have a comment to make about that. Or they'll see like your buddy, you'll see people at the gym and it's like, oh wow, yeah, that guy's pretty consistent. And over time you start to notice who's really consistent with the gym, who's not really consistent with the gym. And there's sometimes you'll see a lot of people in the gym, but you're like, well, their body isn't changing. Yeah, because those people aren't consistent with their nutrition either, because there's more that goes into this. Are they sleeping good? Are they eating somewhat healthy? Not that, darn near everything nowadays is processed, but are they eating whole foods? Or are they freaking eating candy and drinking soda every other day? And that's another thing too, is that it's so easy to have so many vices nowadays. Like I said, even just scrolling social media in general. it's tough. Like I have two social media accounts. I have a personal account and I have my fitness account, my business account. And it's tough because sometimes like I'll repost stuff from my personal, or I'm sorry, I'll repost stuff from my fitness account onto my personal account. And then sometimes I'll just start scrolling and I'm like, oh my gosh, I just wasted 10 minutes of my life. And I realized, yeah, I just meant to do one thing for my business. And I literally just started scrolling, watching like, Star Wars posts, anime, funny memes that my buddies are sending me, my family's sending me, stuff like that, to where it's just so easy to get lost in it nowadays. And not even on top of that too, it's like, what are you watching when you were scrolling? I noticed that's another thing too that I've talked to some of my guys with, some of my clients with, is like, yeah, dude, I'm not gonna lie, like lust just has an insane grip hold on me, like has an insane grip on me right now. It's tough to break free of that. And it's like, well, yeah, man, when you have, freaking a bunch of either fitness people or models or whatever just popping up on your page constantly, and you're liking them, you're freaking saving them, you're staring at them for 20 seconds and then scrolling to the next one. It's like, yeah, that algorithm is quite literally going to feed you what you want because you're rewarding it. Same thing with food. It's so easy to have, a different, when I wrestled in high school, for example, we would cut weight. A lot of us would cut weight. It'd be very hard. A lot of us would do it in a very dumb way. You know how many of my teammates who just watch videos of food, people cooking food, people making food, people cutting food? It's just any form of food possible. It's like, yeah, that is still a form of, I guess, mental masturbation, if you will. Like, yeah, you are still getting some sort of hit off of that. And just because it's food, it's not like chicks or whatever, doesn't mean that it makes it okay or makes it better. Because now you're starting to give into the gluttony side of things, to where it's like, oh wow, like I'm almost freaking worshiping this thing. And it kind of sucks because you almost don't realize it until it's become an actual problem. And so on top of the scrolling, what's on your pages when you're scrolling, even just the access to the internet right now, you could literally look up like whatever you want, even like some crazy stuff. And now your brain is just becoming immune to that, and you need something harder, you need something crazier, you need something to hit more in order to get that same dopamine effect. Or I need to scroll longer to get that same dopamine effect. And that is not ideal for anybody, like literally anybody. My whole job, like marketing online, is meant to be like, hey, like I am supposed to put stuff out there for people. And even then, it's like, wow, this can be dangerous. This can either be turned into and utilized as a tool, a weapon in a positive way, or it can work as a weapon against you. And now you are messing with yourself. Like, it's almost like you have to turn yourself into the weapon of, hey, I'm going to use this for good. I'm going to use this to learn. I'm going to use this to socialize with friends and family, whatever. Totally cool. I think that's what it was meant for in the first place. But now it's like, oh, algorithm this, that, the other. I can't stop watching this, so it just keeps popping up on my feed. It's hard to break that habit. And that's not just that, but just the idea that nowadays, like, everyone is so, I guess you could say, it's almost like everyone is so soft nowadays. Like, everyone, my parents came from the East Coast. People were actually pretty nice there, but they would say offensive things a lot, but it was all in good favor. It wasn't like, hey, I'm mean and I'm trying to be mean. It was like, hey, I'm actually nice. We're just joking around, but it sounds mean to someone who isn't used to this, if that makes sense. And I think nowadays people they're so empowering in the wrong ways. Like, they'll see like one of their buddies, they're clearly like have an alcohol addiction or something. And it's like, really? You're going to take that dude out to drink right now? Like, you don't see he's gaining all this weight. He's freaking developing diabetes because his diet's been crap for the past 20 years as well. It's like you're encouraging that. You're empowering that. I see a lot with my ladies too. People, the health at every size or whatever the heck. It's like, really? You think you could be 350 pounds and healthy? In what world does that make sense? It doesn't make sense at all. And on top of all the vices that we already have that are going on nowadays, it's just so easy to access anything and everything however much you want. People encourage it more, and it's because a lot of times they're so stuck in that, they're so lost in that they don't realize you can break free of that. And because they are stuck in it and they know they are stuck in it, they don't want you to break free of that. Well, how come you can be more disciplined? How come you can figure it out but I can't figure it out? That kind of sucks. I kind of describe it as like rungs of a ladder. Like, oh, this person's trying to better themselves. They're trying to climb this ladder and you're way down here and you're not even trying. It's so much easier to bring this person down to you and keep them, in that ditch, in that pit where you are, than for you to actually take some initiative and try to climb out of that pit, climb up that ladder, however you want to say. And it kind of sucks. We're not encouraging each other in the right way. And then same thing, it goes on the flip side of things. Like, oh yeah, you're a fat fudge, you need to do X, Y, and Z. Yeah, that doesn't really work for everybody. Like my brother and I, for example, this past year, I just took a bulk way too far. And I pretty much just gave into gluttony, got pretty lazy, wasn't really hitting my workouts, using work as the excuse for me to just, slack off. Well, I'm a fitness coach, like I know what I'm doing. Yeah, well, I'm bulking right now, so yeah, I'm just going to have this shake here. I'm just going to have these burgers right now and then some pizza tomorrow. It's part of the bulk. It's whatever. No, it's not. It's not whatever. In fact, I got like way too fat. I low-key got like actually overweight for where I was at. Now, I had to hear my brother make comments about it more often than I probably would have liked or preferred, but it helped me realize like, oh, wait a minute. Like I actually am kind of getting fat. Where's my six pack? I can't even flex into a six pack right now. That's terrible. That's terrible. It's not when you are already in a position where you are excelling and you completely backtrack on that position. Oof, that sucks. That sucks to see if you guys know anything about statistics at all, like going standard deviations backward. Like, oh, frick, I'm in like the 30th percentile of what my norm is, my average is. Like, I'm not really looking so hot right now. Not really looking so lean. And especially, certain times of year, like everyone wants to get lean for summer, right? We all want to get lean, but sometimes we need that person in our ear. Like my brother, for example, really helped me lock in. Like, hey, just so you know, like you might be getting strong, but like you're getting pretty fat too. I'm like, oh, okay, I could take that. I can realize that. I could fix that and change that. So we can't be too empowering to the point where people are like, oh, you're just healthy no matter what you do, no matter how you are. Oh yeah, keep watching that on your phone. It's your choice. It's your life. Do what you want. Nah, that doesn't work. But then also at the same time, you also don't need to be a jerk to people too. Like go up to some random person in, the vegetable section at the grocery store and be like, dude, you're extremely overweight. You should get this, this, and this. Like really? There's a certain amount of application that goes into it. Everyone's so caught up on like being blunt nowadays. And it's a little bit of a give and take because a lot of the people who like to call themselves blunt are like, yeah, you're excessive and unnecessary with it. And if someone says it to you, then all of a sudden it's a problem, right? And I think finding that nice balance of actually trying to help people versus, just being a complete jerk is like a lot of us aren't there yet. And that's something both sides really need to work on, I would say. But as far as getting lean goes, just building that structure, building that discipline, building those daily habits. It's honestly not, it's simple. It's not necessarily easy or else everyone would already be doing it. But the simplicity of it okay, if I'm eating, let me pay attention to my food. How do I track calories? Oh, there's a nutrition label on this thing. Okay, 1 cup of this is this many calories. Okay, cool. Like, what does that do? What does that mean? Are these quality calories? Is this giving me energy? What is this doing for me? Oh, water. Nowadays, everyone neglects water. You should be drinking water. A lot of people think they're super hungry all the time, but they're just not drinking enough water. There's so many ways like, okay, wait, what am I doing? I lay on my bed, so I go home, I go work a desk job for 8 hours a day. I come home, make a little bit of dinner, and then I lay on my bed, I lay on the couch the rest of the night. Okay, let's go on a walk. Like, let's start moving more. You might notice you might lose a little bit more weight than you think. You might lean out more than you think just from little things like that alone. Hey, instead of drinking 2 times a week, let me try drinking 1 time a week. Instead of having, a 2-liter Pepsi, let me have some like Diet Pepsi or some Coke Zero or whatever. There's so many little things that you can do, little tweaks that you can do throughout your day, throughout your week, that makes it a lot easier to actually lean out. But no one wants to give those up. Literally, do you know how many people have come to me and said, yeah, I just really want to lose like 10 to like 75 pounds, but I can't give up like my chocolate cake on the weekend. And then also every Wednesday night my family goes out to pizza. We have a pizza night together. And then there's also like another, and they just list like 10 things off where it's like, dude, you have zero self-control and you don't want to make any switch up at all. Everyone always talks about balance. Like, I just want to make sure I keep this balanced. Well, you just gained like 35 pounds over the past 10 years, and you're talking about balance. You had zero accountability, zero fitness, to where that seesaw is completely tilted in favor of you actually enjoying your life. And now you have nothing to balance that out because you haven't focused at all on your health, your fitness, working out, nutrition. You haven't even paid attention to what you're eating. And so now you have to work extra hard to tilt that skill back to just being balanced, because the reality is you're not being balanced. You think you're being balanced, and you think, oh yeah, if I just do like these 10 things throughout the week, like that's good, work-life balance, health, social balance. No, it's not. Because you didn't even do anything in the first place to get there. You need to actually earn your balance. You have to work for your balance. So I'll give you an example. Even after, over 10 years of lifting, I played sports for like 15 years, 10 years of lifting, been coaching for 7 years. It's kind of crazy how I thought I was being balanced at the end of last year when I was on that bulk. And I thought, yeah, no, this is good. Like, I'm going out to eat. I'm, kind of hitting the gym here and there. And I realized like that seesaw was completely tipped. There was no balance whatsoever. What I thought was balance was actually me backtracking. And so now I'm working extra hard. Summer's right around the corner. I'm working extra hard to get lean. I'm working extra hard on tracking my calories, on going to the gym. I'm literally pacing my freaking home right now, like pacing every single day to get extra steps in, because I've been slacking on the steps. I've been slacking on the movement. I've been slacking on the workouts. I haven't been pushing as hard in the gym as I was years ago. There's all these little things that you don't think about that it just kind of creeps up on you, and everyone just likes to use balance as the disguise for that. It's like, yeah, you can be balanced once you've actually put the work in. But balance doesn't come until after you've already put the work in. And that's where most people get confused. They don't even want to make the change to begin with. And because they don't want to make a change, they don't want to make any sacrifices whatsoever. That is why they will never get lean. You have to be able to sacrifice. Guys, I'm freaking hungry right now. That's just the name of the game. I screwed up. I was not being as disciplined as I should have been for most of this year. And I need to pay for it now. I need to suffer a little bit right now. And I am hungry. I can feel, my patience, my irritation levels. I can feel like the hunger welling within me in the middle of the night sometimes. And it's not like I'm being stupid about it. I'm still being safe about it. But now I know I have to put that extra work in. I just had, I just had like friggin' 3 muffins, and then we went to, Panda Express, and I just got whatever I wanted, and I didn't even get any vegetables on the side. It's like, yeah, well, now you got to make up for it, right? And that's just the name of the game. You have to be able to sacrifice in some places and push harder in other places. And if no one is willing to sacrifice anything, then yeah, expect to stay stuck. I literally don't know. It's tough to comprehend how so many people think that, oh, well, if I just start, doing X, Y, and Z, yeah, I should just lose weight. Like if I just have, this here, and then I keep this there, and maybe I go to the gym like once a week, maybe I hit like a home workout every once in a while, maybe a Pilates class every once in a while. Yeah, I should be good. I should like lose those 15 pounds, no problem. No, that's not how this works. You need to be willing to get uncomfortable, get hungry, move more. You see, I could have easily all day today just sat on this couch. I already did my workout. I've been tracking my food. I could have easily just sat on the couch. I don't know if you can see, I'm literally standing right now as I'm recording this video. I'm checking in with my clients. I'm pacing my online clients. I'm literally pacing, messaging them, voice noting them, sending videos to them. Hey, let me get my steps in. I'm not even at 10,000 steps today. The day is running out. Daylight's running out. I'm running out of time now. I better get my 10K steps in. And that's what it takes. That's what it takes to get lean. That's what it takes to get a 6-pack. Getting lean, it's something that most people just don't realize. Like the power you have when you are lean. I don't necessarily just mean social power, like, wow, people respect you more. Because yeah, they do respect you more. They respect you way more than if you are 300 pounds overweight or 300 pounds and overweight. Either direction, honestly. But It's not just the social side of things where you almost get this power from. It is more so this power within yourself. Like, wow, I did this. I can do this. I've developed this confidence because I have learned how to do this and I have held myself to a certain standard that most people are afraid to hold themselves to. Holding yourself to a high standard, guys, that's something that's completely lacking nowadays. Everyone's always so okay with telling you to settle. Oh no, I think you're lean enough. Let's stop at the 2 pack. The 2 pack, you're getting too lean for me. Even some girls would say. I remember when I was very low body fat percentage. Even some girls would say like, "Oh no, he's just too shredded for me." Well, yeah, but you're also like 40 pounds overweight. So is it that I'm too shredded for you, or is it that you feel insecure because I'm focused so hard on my health and that is something you completely neglect? That's just stuff you got to keep in mind too, especially because the leaner you get, the more comments people are going to make, good and bad. Not necessarily that there's anything wrong with that, but that's just something that you can expect. And but most men won't ever even get to that point because they can't even not freaking play with themselves, you know, 6 days a week. They can't stop that. They have no, there's no self control. There's no like, oh wait, well I'm gonna go out. People are gonna say stuff to me. A little bit of social pressure. Like, yeah, you got to learn how to say no sometimes. You got to learn even when you go out to be able to control the portion size. Hey, are we eating super unhealthy? Are we just going out to taste a bunch of stuff because I'm in another country? I have clients that travel. My clients travel for work, and some of them just travel for the sake of traveling. Okay, cool. Are you going to this restaurant to taste a bunch of things? Yes. Nice. Have a little bit of each thing. Don't freaking stuff your face on the first 2 or 3 things and then eat 5 or 6 more till you're stuffed to the brim and you're about to throw up. Some of my people that travel as well, like I train a pilot and a flight attendant. They've been with me forever now. Okay, we're gonna pack some salad. Do you have a go-to spot where you're gonna go here? Oh, this place is unhealthy. Okay, let's portion control. Now, there's always something that you can do. Are you drinking enough water? Are you even getting? Or chances are most people are getting too much sodium in, but some sort of electrolytes in your system as well. Are you just chugging a bunch of water, or like we getting satiated throughout our body right now? But that self-control, that sacrifice, no one is willing to do that, and that is what separates these lean guys from everybody else. Once you realize what you want, then it becomes so much easier. Why do you want it? Like, you have to realize, okay, yeah, everyone wants to be superhero body, right? Whether they say it or not, I guarantee you, if you put them in that body, it's, maybe it's their face, but slightly more handsome. Maybe they add a couple of inches to their height. Maybe they feel better. They look better. Like, really, you think anybody's really going to decline that if they just became a better version of themselves? It's always the cope of, nah, like that's too hard. Like, I don't want to do that. That's too much. Like, I don't want to get too bulky. It's like kind of like that thing, right? I don't want to get too shredded. Don't want to get too lean. Really, dude, you don't even know what it's like to be like at least 20% body fat. So, um, as far as everything goes, the more that you can learn to be uncomfortable, the more that you can learn to sacrifice, and the more that you can learn that it is okay to do this and it is okay to have a high standard. It's actually great to have a high standard. The easier it will be to get lean. There's plenty of different strategies of going about it. If you need a strategy that works for you specifically, there's going to be a Typeform application, a one-on-one coaching application in the description down below. Fill that out. I'll see if I can help you out. I'll reach out to you. If not, in the meantime, focus on yourself. Don't let people break you down, and realize that if you are at least starting to get lean, you are progressing to get lean, you are on the right track. You have to stay consistent, and honestly, you pretty much have to nut up. It sucks. It's not always fun. Be smart about it. Be structured with it, and don't give up.